Welcome, my friends, to the Gothic Witch's Kitchen. I didn't even realize that last week made a whole year that I've been doing the Gothic Witch. And I want to thank you for being with me on this entire journey. Thank you for the people that have been here the whole time, and thank you for the people that have just joined. I really appreciate it. I do. I love other witches and people that are diabolical hanging out with me in my kitchen. So today, we're going to make something I have not had before. I like trying new recipes. I'm in the mood for fall, and I think many of you are as well. Today, we're going to be making a pumpkin crunch cake. This sounds so delicious, I couldn't resist. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take 4 eggs and crack them into the thing. Now you can do this in whatever order you want to, but I prefer to do the eggs first. That way if there's a bad egg, I don't ruin all my other ingredients. I get so excited cracking eggs when I know something delicious is going to be had. What I do not like is getting egg slime on my counter. To this, we're going to add 1 can of evaporated milk. Make sure it's evaporated and not condensed. And then we're going to add 1 can of pumpkin puree. Make sure it's not pumpkin pie mix. To this, we're going to add a 1/2 cup of packed light brown sugar and a 1/2 cup of white sugar. To this, we're going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. This already smells so good. Oops, I spilled a little. Little extra won't hurt. Then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. And 1 tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. I like to make my own. Oh, I love opening the jar. It smells so good. Isn't that a lovely little jar? And now we're just going to mix this together. Now before we mix this, we're going to take 1 cup of unsalted butter, and we're going to melt this on the stovetop. Yoink. Now we're going to take and mix all these lovely ingredients together. Make sure you start low or it'll splash. This smells incredible. It smells like fall. Halfway through, don't forget to scrape the sides and the bottom. Sometimes things are tricky and like to hide, especially eggs. I just want to make extra sure those eggs are done. And there we have it. Now, we're going to take a 9x13 pan, and it says to butter it, but I'm going to use some butter flavored spray because the butter that I'm melting is all the butter I had in the house. So this we'll have to do. We're just going to generously coat the pan. Now we're just going to pour this into the pan. Now we're going to take our cake mix If you've ever had a dump cake or made a dump cake, this is going to be very familiar to you. We're just going to take and we're just going to evenly sprinkle this over the top. No, I did not sift it. I think that would make too much of a mess. Oops, and I still made a mess. This is a real kitchen. This isn't the Food Network. We're making messes here. And then I'm just gonna, ooh, that was a big lump. Just gonna try to kind of pat this down a little bit. Just try to spread it out, make sure it's even. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a cup of pecans and we're gonna sprinkle that over the top. I guess I could have chopped them a little finer, but I kind of like bigger pieces. Just make sure they're even. This is going to be really good. I can already tell. As long as the custard on the bottom cooks well, it'll be fantastic. And then we're going to take our melted butter and we're just going to drizzle it over the entire top. Oh my God, I'm making a mess. This is messy. And now we're going to pop this into our 350-degree oven for 40 minutes, and then we're going to check on it. It does look really good, and it smells delicious. I will go ahead and cover this up. You can see the sides are getting done, but it's still not quite done in the middle. So I'm going to cover it up, and I'm going to cook it for about 15 more minutes. This smells amazing. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Gothic Witch's Kitchen. I do hope that you try my pumpkin crunch cake and let me know if you plan on making it or if you've made it before down below. I'm going to have a very happy hubby when he gets home and a very sad me because I'm still on a diet. Well, I am a naughty witch. Maybe just a pinch. Just a smidgen. I have to try it, right? I'm going to let that cool. I actually cooked it for an additional 20 minutes, so it cooked for a full hour. And I'm going to, you have to let it cool so that the pumpkin sets. You don't pull a pumpkin pie out and serve it warm, right? It's the same thing. That custard's got to be able to set, and it'll set more as it cools. It smells so good. Thank you for spending a year with me. I hope we make another year more. I appreciate everything that you do for me. I appreciate all my subscribers. Thank you for being diabolical. Give me a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't. And we're all naughty together. And I'll see you next week. Stay spooky. Goodbye.